Hello and welcome to my review of the Orks Beastboss on Squigosaur for Warhammer 40,000 from Games Workshop. Now, one of these models will cost you £31.50. I'm recording this towards the end of October and unfortunately the box set is still out of stock. It's a plastic kit and it's comprised of 43 components, which you can build the Beast Snagger Orks character Mozrog Scragbad and his Squigasaur Big Chomper, or you can build this model, the Beastboss on Squigosaur. So it's a multi-part kit with two build options. I'll have a look at the detail of this model. I'll go through how easy it was to build. We'll look at the spare parts, which just consist of Mozrog Scragbad's body parts and we'll go through some size comparisons, and then I will go through all of the rules for the Beastboss on Squigosaur. So let's have a look at this model up close and personal. I will be going through some comparisons with Mozrog in a moment, but as you can see just probably from the box that his head is in a different position, and he's bigger. He just seems bigger. This pose with this Beast Chopper on the top seems like he's like a bigger Warboss. He hasn't got his thump gun attached there because it's a different neck section. He's just got it, you know, on its holster. And they're really the main differences. His legs are the same. The Squigosaur's legs are the same. It's just this neck area that is different. The mouth is the same, still the same amount of spittle. I'll probably try and find some hobby kind of clear liquid material to add a bit more spit and things, as it's ferocious and wants to, you know, chomp on a few things. But yeah, the detail is fantastic. One of my favourite models in this Ork release. I think Mozrog is still my favourite model because of the Great White Squig. But yeah, it's a nice looking Beastboss. I do prefer him to the actual Ork Beastboss just on foot, who, you know, looks quite thick and is adorned with trophies. He looks more like a chieftain type Beastboss, whereas this one definitely looks more like he's out and about hunting creatures down, or, you know, working with the clan to bring down beasts and things. He's got this he's got an iron jaw, which you can do without, you know, you don't have to put that, but for me it's a bit more synonymous to Orks. He's got this motif thing, which I'm not sure is really needed. I guess it, you know, he's on a Squigosaur already. He's an icon to other beast snaggers. I don't know whether you need this, but maybe it's some kind of trophy. He's got the cloak, which is going to be an absolute pain to paint in there, I've just realised. He's got this shoulder pauldron, nice spiky one, which fits the aesthetics of the other beast snaggers. He was fine to build, didn't really have any issues. You might have issues with gaps in the face and the neck, but they can be easily solved with Tamiya and then a bit of green stuff as well. So, spare parts. These are the spare parts that you'll get if you build him as the Beastboss. It's pretty much just the parts that you would have used for Mozrog. So you get the different neck with the engine and the exhausts, obviously. You're getting the snakebite icon, which is different and will only fit onto you know, the sort of exposed metal skeleton that Mozrog has. It kind of like fits as part of his spine, like in these two protrusions. It does fit a bit odd, but I guess you could probably glue it somehow, find an attachment point on the Beastboss. You've got part of his metal hand, you've got his gut ripper weapon, you've got his head, which, you know, I guess you could use on another Ork at some point. You've got this bionic arm, which is a shame really to sort of waste if you can't use it on anything else. But yeah, there is something that goes around there. I think it's actually this, you know, the claw that goes on there quite awkwardly, huh? But you could probably use this somewhere on another Ork. And that's about it. That's all the spare parts you get. So you're not going to be building too many Orks out of these pieces, but you know, I always like to show them. I do question their usability for other orcs. Maybe you could possibly use his body and his head. You know, find some hips that, you know, he'll sit on, possibly. But there you go. So, size comparisons. Well, I think I'll start off with Mozrog Scragbad himself, who I've been talking about throughout this review, and who I talked about the Beastboss throughout his review. So that's where they stand next to each other. Again, they're such lovely models that I had to get to, and I wanted to show you the Beastboss as well. So the Beastboss is bigger because of that beast chopper. And I think the Squigosaur is in a better pose, but there we go. So that's where they stand. Beastboss is a little bit bigger, and the pose is different. Compared to other kind of Squig miniatures, we've got my smashing knob right here, and you know, that's still quite a big model, you know. Obviously the Squig is you know, a fair bit smaller, not as thick. And then we've got a Squig Hog, little Squig Hog here. You know, looks tiny, doesn't it, next to the Squigosaur, but a Squigosaur clearly eats Squig Hogs, I would have thought, in the hierarchy there. Because it's a Beastboss, I kind of have to compare him to the other Beastboss that isn't on the Squigosaur, and yeah, for your £8 more, I definitely recommend this one over this one. You know, looks wise, I prefer the Squigosaur. Looks wise, I prefer the Beastboss on Squigosaur, because you're getting a Squigosaur, you know. But there you go, that's where he sizes up. I've got a couple more knobs to show you. This is a knob here, and this is my mega knob, and that's where he stands next to those. He's going to be, you know, one of the largest things in your force. He's bigger than Ghazghkull, sort of height wise. He's bigger than a Death Dread. He's not going to be quite as tall as a Killer Rig, but he's going to work extremely well next to one of those. Again, we're in this sort of medium to almost large model size. He's not going to be as big as like a Gorkanaut or a Stomper, but he's still quite a big model in this game system. Speaking of which, let's have a look at the final size comparisons, which are the Imperial models. So we've got a normal Space Marine, a Primaris, and then Sly Marbo. And as you can see, if you're against a load of Primaris, a big Primaris force, one of the larger units that you're going to probably have to face, like the Primaris tanks, such as the Repulsors and also the Redemptor Dreadnoughts. But if you're against normal Space Marines, it's going to be your typical Land Raiders and Predators, because the old school Dreadnoughts are quite small compared to him. And this is my part of the review where I will go through all of the rules for the Beastboss on Squigosaur. You'll find him in your HQ section. He is towards the back of the HQs. He's actually a little bit lower than the Beastboss. He's a power points cost of an 8 and a points cost of 150 points with that thump gun. I think that's, of course, it's quite pricey. You know, it's 150 points, and if you're playing like a 1500 point game, you know, that is 10% of your force right there in just one model. But if that's going to be your only HQ, then, you know, I think it's a good investment. He is quite survivable. So let me go through his stat line then. He's a movement speed of 10 inches, weapon skill 2+, ballistic skill 5+, strength 6, toughness 7, 9 wounds, 5 attacks, leadership 8, and a save of 4+. He's equipped with a slugger, beast chopper, Squigosaur's jaws. The slugger works as usual. It's just a pistol weapon with a range of 12 inches, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. Of course, he's not without this thump gun, which Mozrog also has, which is a range of 18 inches, assault D3, strength 6, AP -1, and damage of D3, and it's a blast weapon, so, you know, there's a good chance you're going to get a few shots off with that. However, with his ballistic skill as being 5, he might not even get one hit. The Beast Chopper is his melee weapon, which is the strength of the user, which is 6, AP -2, damage 2. Each time the bearer fights, it makes 1 additional attack with this weapon. Squigosaur's jaws is one of the main reasons you'll get him. It's a strength of 7, AP -3, damage 3, and each time the bearer fights, it makes 3 additional attacks with this weapon and no more than 3 attacks can be made with this weapon. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, an unmodified wound roll of 6 inflicts 3 mortal wounds on the target and the attack sequence ends. So that's nice. You're going to be getting your 3 attacks there. You know, getting a 6 would be great because pretty much the attack sequence ends and he has the potential of gobbling up whatever he's attacking. How that compares to Mozrog's Scragbad is Mozrog's Big Chomper's Claws can inflict 4 mortal wounds instead of the 3. Also, instead of the Beast Chopper, Mozrog is equipped with the Gut Ripper, which adds +1 strength, but doesn't gain an additional attack. So you're losing out on attack there with the specific weapon, but you're getting a strength 7. However, Mozrog has 1 more attack anyway compared to the Beastboss. War gear options: this model can be equipped with a thump gun, so you don't have to take that ranged weapon if you don't want to. Abilities: Beast Snagger, here we go, War. Dead Tough, this model has a 5+ invulnerable save. Thick Hide, each time an attack is allocated to this model, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of that attack to a minimum of 1. Beastboss Aura, while a friendly Clan Beast Snagger Core or Clan Beast Snagger character unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to that attack's hit roll. Keywords: Orcs, Clan, Character, Cavalry, Squig, Beast Snagger, Warboss, Beastboss. So there you go. I said in the Mozrog review that I do indeed believe that it's better to take Mozrog because for an extra 20 points you're getting an additional attack, you're getting more survivability with the 3+ save and the 4+ invulnerable, and you're getting extra mortal wound with the Big Chomper's Claws, and technically you're getting a better strength hit with his melee weapon. Still a very strong unit. If you prefer the look of the Squigosaur to Mozrog because of the big beast chopper he's wielding and just the way it looks, then you can't really go wrong with just the Beastboss either. And if you couple him with a unit of Squighog boys, they're definitely going to pack a punch. Those Squighog boys, even 3 of them, have a load of saddle git weapons. They have the Squighog jaws, and you can also accompany them with a knob on Smasher Squig, which doesn't take an additional fast attack choice either. And remember that Smasher Ed can also inflict mortal wounds. The only weakness these have is range. They're going to be a bit vulnerable to range. They are survivable. This Beastboss does have 9 wounds and is a nice toughness 7, but the save of 4+ doesn't quite cut it compared to Mozrog. But I would have thought, as any Orc player knows, to make use of a lot of cover before they can cause as much damage as possible in close combat. What do you guys think of the Beastboss on Squigosaur? I think it's another fantastic model that Games Workshop have produced for Orcs, and it's one of my favourite, along with the Great White Squig, Mozrog, and the Warboss in Mega Armour. Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below as always. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. For Gork and Mork.